beautiful soul. Welcome back to the Tarot Closet. Welcome if you're new to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another All Signs Tarot. All Signs, nope, Love Tarot, All Signs Love Reading, Love Tarot Reading, channeled love messages from your person, from their higher self. A reading where we're going into thoughts, feelings, intentions, what you might need to know or don't see coming. Is anyone making a move? Let's take a deep dive. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Please show us what we need to see. Please show us the cards, Aho. That was loud, the way it came in. Whoa. 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 Look what's here already. Every one of them in reverse. But what I like is we do have somebody who needs to make something right, who is working on that, I want to say, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Astrologically, this is just really clear for me as well. The Fool is in reverse in the first placement. Justice in the partnership placement in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. A lot of air energy here. Actually, the entire table is air energy at this point. We have two Aquarius energies, Libra, and, well, actually, two Libra and two Aquarius energies, yeah. Somebody's getting kind of restless. This is where their energy is really strong, by the way. Oh, yeah. Wow. Eight of Swords in the upright. King of Swords in reverse. Oh, my gosh. This is definitely somebody that you are not talking to. No contact, no communication, and or in separation. It's for sure somebody, too, that I feel like the last time you spoke, for some of you, it was recent. Whatever the case is, I feel like it was, there's an avoidance. That's really clear here, actually. Misunderstandings. Oh. Okay. The Hierophant is here in the upright. So is the Knight of Wands. Two vastly different energies. The King of Cups is in reverse. Wow. Yeah, so there's definitely, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what's going on here. I just first want to validate for you that, my gosh, what the heck is going on? I want to validate for you that if you're here when you're meant to be here. So trust the timing of that. When you find the reading, when the reading finds you, when you find each other. With that said, look at this. I want to tell you that in real time, while I'm channeling for you, yeah, we just came out of Mercury retrograde in Pisces. We had our new moon in Pisces, which changed a lot of things. We are still in the retro shade, okay? The Mercury retro shade, that's going to be going on for several more weeks, couple more weeks. I don't know, two and a half, something like that. In any case, it's like the storm has passed, but there's still a lot of debris around. And we're in Aries energy, and actually, interestingly enough, I'm channeling for you with Mars and Pisces. There's a lot of that energy here as well, just looking at the King. I'm looking at you. King of Cups in reverse, Nine of Cups in reverse. So there's definitely broken promises energy here. There's a runner. There's somebody here who didn't answer messages, or the last time you spoke, there was just a lot of miscommunication. There was holding back energy. There's an avoidance around communicating as well. I mean, that's really clear, and I want to say about the truth because we see that in the Seven of Swords in reverse. But more importantly, in our major arcana energy, Justice in reverse, connected to the heart chakra, by the way. So the King of Pentacles is here, and so is the Nine of Pentacles. For me, in many ways, and it's not about gender, I feel like it's representing the two of you. But there's also, yeah, look, the Hangman is here. Oh my gosh, and there is the moon, Pisces energy, and it's in reverse, and the Empress is here. Yeah, the Sun is here, both in the upright. The World card is here in the upright. Well, this was a major energy shift. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a very astrologically on point and kind of shocking because we are just what was already coming in here, and I think that's it. Yeah. So the Six of Wands is here, and it's in reverse. It's not surprising because this is a connection for me that I feel like, again, that you're not talking. And for those of you that might be, It just could be that there's a total communication breakdown. I feel like you're not, though. It does feel a lot like that. Somebody here in this energy, in particular in this Mars and Pisces energy, as I channel for you, it's like they're wanting to make this contact, but it's not a logical kind of energy. It's really more, it's an emotional kind of energy. And even here in the Six of Wands in reverse, I want to validate if you can see each other, if it's a possibility for that. It's sort of like laying low, holding back, trying to work up some confidence, to come over and to talk to you. And that also goes for the same around messages or however you would communicate normally. So the Hangman is here. More Pisces energy. And this is an energy of timing for me. So it's really validating that there's been kind of like an only time will tell energy here. It's been really uncertain. Yeah, indecisive is pretty clear in action. A lot of that is, it may just be for some of you that it's all about communication. I think it's about a lot more than that, but it's really validating of where things have been. It's right here, major arcana energy, connecting with our Four of Swords in reverse. So you definitely kind of, I guess you could say sick of it, but there's also an energy. This is where their energy is really strong. In particular, connecting with the Hangman today, it's like beginning to get restless. And right below that is the major arcana, the Hierophant. This is a card of commitments. It's a slow-moving energy. It's a long-term energy. It's around partnerships. It could even be including things like marriage, maybe where you were or where you were heading or somebody running from that. We could also be looking at, I guess you could say maybe you weren't aligned timing, like somebody was ready or somebody's been ready, somebody wasn't or is, and somebody's not or wasn't. That's what it's really strong actually, because look, it's right on the other end of the Knight of Swords in reverse. And the King of Cups in reverse, holding back feelings, a lot of hidden emotions here, really super clear. So I want to validate something. It's super specific. If this is for some of you around platonic and or physical, and in particular, well, even if it's long distance, I want to say we do have our World card here, that somebody may have been running when things started to get serious. Hit some feelings, was emotionally, there's hurt here. That's what I want to say. There's some apathetic energy as well. Broken promises. The Nine of Cups is here in reverse. But what's interesting is I think we're missing only the King of Wands, but we have 3 of the kings under our Emperor here. In 3 out of 4. So we're missing the King of Wands. The King of Swords and the King of Cups are both in reverse. So, and the King of Pentacles is in the upright. And it is an energy of how somebody's coming in, I feel. But it's really validating around the lack of communication and also, again, around the holding back feelings. If there are deeper feelings you've been wanting to know, or just even feelings about the future, which is also here with the World card. Also, I want to tell you the Seven of Wands, connecting really strongly for me with our Six of Wands in reverse. Because it's like a defensive energy. Apathy around you as well, like wanting to have a conversation or wanting to have this conversation, but also being kind of self-defensive about it, because this is somebody definitely who hurt you. It's somebody that you've been waiting on. And as I say that, I'm looking at you, the Three of Wands in the upright. It's the Sun in Aries energy, and it's interesting because it did come down here with the Sun in the upright. And what's even more interesting, and we're going to talk about everything, obviously, bring in some more for you, but we have the Moon here in reverse, which is, the Sun is where you go when you get out of here. This is truth. This is clarity, and this is around the feelings about you, and it's the feelings about what? The future? What have been the obstacles here? Somebody running from the truth of feelings is here. Are there other people, romantic or otherwise, that have been playing a part in this connection? Is there a distance for some of you? It's really strong even where the World card is wanting to be today, because that's an energy of, well, it's the cycle that's been going on, and it's the end of the cycle. It's the completion of a cycle. So you could say, yeah, karmic debts paid, lessons learned, obstacles faced and overcome, moving into the Fool energy, which we see has also been in reverse, or is in reverse. So that's sort of where the stagnation is, and the communication is definitely, I feel like, really broken, or it's stopped. But the thing about this World card energy, which by the way also comes through for me here in the Three of Wands, where you go when you come out of the Two of Wands, so this energy of somebody waiting for somebody to make a choice, to make a move, here in the World card. So is this around travel toward you? Is it around just a communication? Are we looking at relocation, life-changing decision energy, which can definitely be connecting with things like marriage, coming together? That's just really super clear, actually, should that be the case for some of you. And I think there is a collective here that it's for, connecting directly with the Hierophant energy, a card of commitments. And what's really interesting as well, I just want to show you the Empress with the deck that I chose for you today at the Tarot Closet. Which, by the way, I just want to remind you, this is my verified channel on YouTube, the only place I release my readings. So if you're hearing, suspecting, seeing my readings content, even if it's just the words against those static videos, and you're like, that just sounds like Chris, keep sending me those messages, okay? The email's in the description as well as the About Me page. It helps to catch these people who are taking what is not theirs, what I work really hard for and on. So thank you. The Empress energy is very interesting because this divine feminine energy, Taurus, also bringing in Libra by way of Venus. We don't have the Emperor counterpart, but we do have three of the kings under the Emperor, including the one around commitment, the King of Pentacles. It's like my little mini Emperor. And we don't have the counterpart, the High Priestess to the Hierophant, but we do have two really intense energies around timing and all the emotions here, by the way. Again, all that debris from the storm, you can see it's all here in the stream of the Empress collected. Timing, holding up, of course, the scepter, the power of life energy, the leader of all 12 star signs here with the Emperor, a massive energy around commitment, the divine masculine energy around long-term energy, slow moving. So we could definitely be looking at some major differences that between the two of you, if you have not been able to align. And again, a distance here for a lot of you. And I want to validate that energy of possibly of third-party energy. And it's not necessarily around romantic. It could be, but it could be non-romantic. We could also be looking at money, distance. That's actually a pretty strong factor here for a lot of you. The Empress has revealed to be your overall energy, because I was sitting here wondering if it was the Empress or the Sun, and the Empress is like, no, I'm going there. So here we go. What's been hidden in the moon? Again, Mars is under Pisces right now, and we just had the new moon in Pisces. And again, Mercury retrograde under Pisces, and now the Mercury retro shade under Aries. It's like, so all the stormy energy, and now there's all this debris here. So what has been kind of kicked up is being revealed. It's truth, it's clarity. It's around the feelings about you. It's around the feelings about where you were, where things are, and the possibility of the future. And it's being revealed here in the Sun, our luminary. Leo energy, of course. A new cycle, a new day, the Sun coming up, and yeah, showing what's been hidden, and the possibilities that are here, and the growth. Possibilities of the growth around the Sun. So definitely it is for sure a new cycle here. And what's interesting is we have the Knight of Wands in the upright look and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I do want to validate that energy, and also just even look the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And it's interesting because you can see 6 of them here in reverse, which is like kind of a selfish energy, you know, waiting on reciprocity. Then you see the 7th pentacle, or excuse me, the 5 of pentacles here around the loss, you know, what's been going on. Yet the 5 of pentacles here are in reverse, which is somebody coming back in. So like recovering what they lost or what they're maybe going to lose, because it really is specific for you. And then that 6th pentacle, working on the 7th pentacle, because it's almost like, well, yeah, they better here, because that's an energy of the 7 of pentacles in reverse, which I feel like is you with 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. And it's really validating with the 9 of pentacles in reverse, because that is a slow-moving energy anyway, and it's a pretty stubborn energy around the reversal. It's like, is there something that has needed to be worked out in the way of money, distance, or other people? Because it hasn't been happening, you know? It's just really clear. The slow energy is strong. But the King of Pentacles coming in, the 9 of Pentacles, things coming to fruition. Where does that King put that pentacle, I want to say? Well, the 9 of Pentacles, and that gets us into the 10 of Pentacles, which is a very long-term energy. What is helping to grow the pentacles here on the table, including the 9 pentacles, and on the other end of the King is the Sun. This person holding on to the wand with the 2 behind them, what you've been waiting for them to make a choice, to make a move. I mean, it is super literal here with the World card. And also around the timing, coming to a 3. Connecting us also to the major arcana energy of the Empress, the 3, which is here. Yeah, and also connecting us to the Hangman, which is here, which is another 3. In fact, look at this, 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. What do they want? What is unfolding here? What is the purpose for the 2 of you? Because that is definitely an energy of getting closer to soulmate, true purpose energy. It has a very strong judgment energy, actually, if you're not talking reconciliation or closure. That might not be for everybody. For some of you, you might be a twin flame. You know, that energy is here. I don't think that it's for everyone. It really is never the case that it is. So, of course, take it or leave it. As you can see, I am bringing in some oracle, which I'm not reading in reverse. The bottom of the deck, mending is here. They're together mending this, what is that? Banner, that's what it is. Looking up at the sky, connected to the sun, literally. God, Goddess, the universe, the divine, spirit guides, angels, ancestors. You know, what does that mean for you? But it is connecting with our 7 of Swords in reverse. There is a making amends kind of energy here. And there's hurt here too. That's really super clear. And by the way, this isn't lost on me either. Look. So, right, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 9 of Pentacles in the upright, and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. This is where it's been. This is definitely looking at here with the 8 of Swords, and more importantly, bigger picture energy, the Fool in reverse. So for sure, timing energy, and, you know, for a lot of you, no contact, no communication, and or in separation, and also, again, third-party energy. Now, again, I just realized that's going to be the word of the day. It's probably too late to say every time you hear it, drink some water. You can see how many times I said it, and you'll have your water for the day. What I wanted to say is the timing energy. You know, that's the other thing. That's actually a very strong energy here around timing, lack of communication, a lot of misunderstandings, communication needing to happen, coming in. Yeah. So flexible is here. Now this is really interesting because it is connecting with the World card and Hierophant. So It's sort of like compromise energy. Has there been an energy of somebody would need to make some major life-changing decisions? It's really close around their energy, but, it could really just be for everybody. Could also be around you, because that's pretty strong. And for a lot of you, that's a super strong validation right off the bat around distance. That's what I wanted to say, a traveling energy. It's super specific, but it is here. That's what that is. And it's also an energy of somebody coming in. Breathe is here. It's here in the Hierophant in the World card. That's sort of like a let go, let God energy for me. Never-ending story. Wow. So this is also very strong. Look, it's here on what I also like is the Nine of Pentacles is a very strong kind of independent energy. And it's not about gender for me, so don't worry about that for you. But I want to say it also connects with that energy of, for a lot of you, like, yeah, being at the end of this cycle here. Maybe you have more than 1 foot out the door. Maybe there's 2 feet out the door. And the things that you've been telling yourself about this, this is the other thing. You're going to be getting some answers here. The truth and clarity is really strong, the new cycle. But is time running out? Look, it's right on an hourglass. When there's a heart here, it's like, yes, no, maybe. I should probably have my glasses on, but I don't. Yeah, and that's what the Seven of Wands, which is a defensive energy. So I won't be surprised at all in the love messages if they're apologizing for hurting you. Observer is here. If you're disconnected, that's an energy of watching. It's an energy of watching. Also, if you're here in real time, the moon meets the Seven Sisters tonight. So the sky is speaking here. The last two coming in, Treasure Island and Deep Knowing. A very slow turtle, nonetheless a turtle on the move. The tide bringing it in. Turtle's a faster energy actually than the tortoise on land, and they are carrying a trunk with hearts, with stars, with a starfish. It's kind of like, it's almost like a fixing what's broken energy, but it's also around infinite possibilities, and it's a treasure chest. And I have to validate something super, super specific for those of you that this is around. Well, it's the emotions coming in, okay? If this is around any type of travel or relocation, I mean, that's a turtle's whole house is there. So I just have to validate that with the World card and the Three of Wands. But also the Hierophant, carrying like this treasure chest toward you in the water and the emotions, what's been hidden here in the King of Cups in reverse and Deep Knowing. This owl is full of wisdom, look. And it's here on the moon, the knowing around the feelings, the moon in reverse here with the sun, the truth and clarity here at like, finally. Knowing what this is energy. Are you still here for it? Because that's the other thing, and I have to bring this through before I bring in the love messages. That energy of the Empress, shape-shifting in there, creation and new beginnings, and it's powerful. I mean, the Empress is holding on to the scepter, the power of life. The leader of all 12 star signs can grow and start anything. It's also here with mending. And just all the energy that's here around this connection is pretty strong. Between the two of you, I want to say. The Tarot Closet love messages. Bottom of the deck, I have so many regrets. It's right here on Never Ending Story. Yeah, please forgive me. That's super strong. It's connecting to hurting you. We can see it. It's leading up to mending. Also, this emotional availability energy, being ready, being honest, and the Empress, who is right above the Seven of Swords in reverse, which is somebody making amends. So they're sending in a message. You are so beautiful. You are my biggest wish. It's actually went straight. It was like, where are you going? It's going here on deep knowing. Yeah, it hasn't been worked out. I want to validate something. If there are some kind of logistical issues around location and travel or money, that does come through. Yeah, will you wait for me? My heart is yours. I could listen to your voice all day and night. Definitely an energy here of some artists, for sure. I know that there are musicians here. It's not even a question, but it's just also about your voice. I fear you have moved on. Highly possible for some of you, for sure. I feel your energy. Please never give up on us. And the last channeled love message. You are my first thought when I wake up and last thought before sleep. Beautiful soul, that is your reading today. Thank you for joining me at the Tarot Closet. I'll see you next time.